All right, today was the first actual mowing with the zero turn on the front yard, and this is the bluegrass project. And you can probably tell in the video we've got some really good germination, but we've also got a lot of weeds. Not sure what happened there except for probably weather related. We used tenacity, we put it out at the correct label rate, was able to water it in and did all the things we normally would do, and you would expect that it would probably cover, you know, maybe 70–75% of the weeds, but not the case this time. I'll show you a little close-up here in a minute. But so we did the tenacity along with the HGT bluegrass, which was fantastic. It had starter fertilizer in that tenacity, so we had one shot for all of that. We've been watering seed cycles for about 30 days. It's coming up really evenly, really well under the trees here, and on this half where we have more shade, it's doing really well. And out on the other side, which is shaded now, you can see the water running, but most of the day, about 80% of the day, it's in the sun. We have a ton of crabgrass, which is crazy because it's October and we're still fighting crab. But you can see we're doing okay, and I think the plan is going to be this. I've wavered a little bit. Typically I would just be hammering bluegrass right now, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trust that crabgrass is going to stop growing here pretty quick. Our morning and nighttime temperatures are going to start dropping. We are going to stay into the 80s for the next couple days, which is crazy, probably for the next week. And then we're going to start seeing some fall weather. And so that crabgrass will stop growing. We should be able to get the bluegrass, which is coming up as well inside of the crab areas, to get up over the top of the crabgrass. And then we can start really promoting that hard and get to spring, get our pre-emergent down, and then come, you know, green up in the spring, we should be in really good shape. This fall yet, I will still be looking at doing some top dressing, probably really heavy. It's pretty bumpy out here. We're dealing with a couple different issues. One, armadillos is a major issue. They've been tearing us up pretty heavy, and they're really just searching. I don't think they're finding much. But then two, we've got some moles, and part of that's just from working the ground, making it nice and soft for them. And so we got those two issues we've been dealing with, and so I really need to smooth this out. I did test the reel mower the other day, and I don't have enough grass surface yet to keep from getting mud clogged up in the front rollers, and so we're not ready for that, and maybe not going to be ready for that this fall. Doing a top dressing with sand will help and kind of dilute what mud can be made quickly on the surface, but we're going to get it nice and smoothed out. You see the irrigation's incredibly helpful to this process, and it's been a good project, but it has been frustrating because of the weather. So a really extended summer here in southwest Missouri, but I'm excited about the prospect. It's going to be a beautiful place to drive into every day and to see in the front yard. Get some stripes going maybe this spring with the fairway unit, and we're pretty excited about it. So I'm going to show you a couple things here and kind of give you a taste of what we're looking at. Oh geez. So this is kind of the close-up. You see we've got some really good bluegrass germination, pretty good weed control in a lot of these areas. We're still seeing seed popping. We're still seeing baby seed. I'm going to supplement with some more seed here in the next couple days, and also a fertilizer shot to just kind of get everything woke up. You see it's pretty thin, but we haven't started tillering out. That's going to be a while. So we want to get things moving. Here's some of the armadillo damage. You can see it's pretty widespread. So I'm probably going to go with a live trap here before too long and try to get some of that worked out. They've kind of bared out some of these spots, and so you can see, I mean, looking back, it's getting pretty thick, but we just need to have a little more seed popping, and it continues to do that. So looks like we're going to be good. I keep telling myself to stay the course. One of the things that you can do that really bothers me is you can, and it bothers me because I don't want to contaminate it, but you can ryegrass it. And I love ryegrass. Ryegrass makes a beautiful stripe. It's awesome grass. You could really fill in some of these areas, but if you look at this spot that Fred's walking through right now, it looks super thin and you're like, oh no, that's not good. But if we go down, you'll see that in these areas, yeah, we got some crab, but there's really a ton of bluegrass coming up still. So that makes me feel pretty good about everything. Obviously this hasn't gone how I wanted it to. Typically you want to get your bluegrass up, you want to get everything without having all the weeds. But you know, if we're gonna have bluegrass come up, or if we're gonna have crabgrass come up, you know, having it come up in September, October makes me feel better about what's going on here. So over the next couple weeks, I'm gonna keep growing it and not worry about the crabgrass, put it out of my mind, because let's look at this down here. These are some of the main crabgrass areas. You can see basically growing a crabgrass lawn, but if you get down in here and look, there's a ton of bluegrass down in that crabgrass. So we're getting our stand of bluegrass that we want. It's just got a little competition right now, which is going to slow down pretty quick, and we'll get a lot of growing season out of that bluegrass, you know, after the crab stops growing here. Nighttime temps are going to fall in about 10 days, and we're going to start to see that crabgrass shut down. So that's good. That's what we're looking for. If you look back at the whole yard here, it's starting to become a beautiful place with amongst the trees, and you can see that's a sloppy spot. I got to raise that head. It's just holding water from all the seed cycles. But we'll get some of these things fine-tuned as we move into this spring and in the late fall. I would suspect by Thanksgiving, maybe here in the next month and a half, that we'll have a pretty good stand. It'll be a beautiful lawn and something that we can be pretty proud of. So hopefully that if you guys are working on a bluegrass project, maybe you're watching this and you're wanting to do bluegrass, don't be afraid. Fall's the time to do it. If you look at the crabgrass we've seen here this year, that's atypical for fall. It's not something that you would see this much pressure because, in my instance, I would say two different reasons. One, the super late summer that we're seeing, the warm weather. And two, because you probably see out there, my weed pressure is really high because other side of that fence, we got pasture. There's actually crabgrass planted in those fields for hay production. And on the other side behind the trees, a corn and soybean field. So we do have a significant amount of weed pressure out here in totally surrounding this 1 acre. So don't be afraid, because once you get everything up, you get your blue established, we can come in here, we can clean up some of the stuff that we missed, some of the weeds we don't want. We can pre-emerge out some of the weeds for spring, and you'll have a beautiful lawn. So coming in the next couple weeks, hopefully, I'll share with you on the top dressing process. And I'll probably be doing that mid to late November. Just kind of want to put this to bed and kind of want to get everything, get the crowns of the plant, especially these young bluegrass plants that we've seeded. We want to cover those up. So we'll use a sand, a fine milled sand, and we'll cover them up and kind of protect the crown of the plant going into winter. Hopefully we won't lose anything to freeze damage, and that's the idea there. So some other couple videos we'll probably be working on this fall is, of course, we'll get into putting the grass to bed, and we'll also get into blowing out that irrigation system that we installed this year, and how to do that. I put in that service location. You've probably seen if you looked at some of the shorts on that, and so we can look at that and go over the process of winterizing our irrigation system, which is pretty simple. You can always call somebody to come and do it for you, but we'll go through the process of how to winterize. So that's something that maybe you can save a couple $100 on in the fall. But If you got anything that you want to see, maybe something that I'm not covering on the process of seeding for HGT or bluegrass, it's the same for anything fescue, ryegrass, any of the cool seasons, then let me know. HGT is one of the most challenging ones, I would say, along with, it's probably second to the warm season grasses that are super small, like Bermuda grass, zoysia grass. Those are tough ones to get seeded, but once you get them seeded, they're absolutely beautiful and something that you can be proud of for years to come. So anyway, just wanted to give you an update on the process. It's coming along, so won't be too long. We'll have this striped up, looking solid, and something to be really proud of. All right, talk to you guys later.